Welcome to another £5 dinner challenge where we try to feed the whole family for just under £5. Today, we're making chicken casserole with Hasselback potatoes. Very simple and the whole thing cooks in less than an hour. Let's do it. First, we deal with the potatoes because they take the longest. We have enough for the whole village, but for the purpose of demonstration, I'm just going to do a few. Now, you always want to find the flat side of the potato and then you make shallow incisions. You want to go just more than halfway through, but being very careful not to slice through the whole thing. Now, once you're halfway through, you switch, and bear in mind, you almost always have a bias, so you have to adjust accordingly so that you don't have that wide open middle. And that's it. And when they cook, this will crisp up and they will open up very beautifully. If you're doing it for the first time, you could place some wooden spoons on either side or wooden chopsticks on either side. Now, we season with a generous amount of salt and pepper. And we drizzle some olive oil. If you have any leftover herbs like rosemary or thyme, now would be a good time to throw them in. Now this goes into a preheated oven at 180 fan for about 45 minutes. Now, we prep our chicken. To make 6 portions, we separate the thigh from the drum. You wiggle until you find the joint and you cut. Season generously. With budget chicken, you need to give them flavors. Hot pan, a bit of olive oil, and chicken goes in skin side down. And what's going to happen now? First, the chicken would render out its fat under the skin, and after that, it will brown in its own fat, and that takes about 8 minutes, during which we'll prepare our vegetables. We have some carrots, and we just cut them into bite-sized pieces because they take the longest to cook, so we don't want them too chunky. And we have our leek, whoa, but clearly it was washed. We cut them lengthwise. And the mushrooms. As usual, we remove the stems because they have no flavor. Because we're going to cook the whole thing in the oven, we're going to keep them quite chunky. So we'll just quarter them. Mushrooms, when you cook them, because of the water content, they shrink a lot. So you should always factor that in when you slice your mushrooms. Perfect. Now, the chicken, let's flip it. We cook the other side, we set the chicken aside, and we take the opportunity to skim off some of the fat. I mean, you can always add them back in, so don't worry. Now we bring the heat back up, and first we add the carrots, because they take the longest. Once again we season, and you want to brown them to get that extra sweetness, complexity from the carrots, otherwise we might as well just boil them. Once the carrots are browned, we add our mushrooms. It looks like a lot, but wait till you see the shrinkage once the water's evaporated. We season once again. If the bottom's catching a bit too much, you can always drizzle a bit of water to deglass it quickly and scrape to mop up the fond before they burn. Now, once the mushrooms have reduced in size and they have started to brown, we add our leeks. It doesn't matter what vegetables you choose to use. The concept is the same. You add the ones that take the longest first, and then you add the more delicate one, the ones that are easy to burn last. So you build flavors. We give the leeks just enough time to release their sweetness. And of course, you season along the way. We add just enough water to cover the vegetables. And we take this opportunity to scrape the bottom of the casserole dish to mop up any fond, any burn bits left, because those are the flavors. Now, very carefully, chicken goes back in. Now, what you want to do is you want to submerge the non-skin half of the chicken so they cook gently with the vegetables. This way, the skin will remain crispy while the chicken takes on this braised-like texture. Now, this goes into a preheated oven at 180 fan, middle shelf, for about 30 minutes. All right, after half an hour, we have our Hasselback potatoes and we have our chicken casserole. Very hot. Beautiful. Look at that. The skin has become even crispier because we did not submerge the skin. I mean, for the thighs, half of it is a goner, but you picked the pretty side. And the sauce has thickened, the vegetables are perfectly cooked, and that's dinner for 6 for just under £5. This is chicken casserole with Hasselback potatoes. I really hope you enjoy.